My name is Emily Carter, and I'm 32 years old. People say my smile is like sunshine, and maybe they're right. I've always been an optimist, someone who finds a glimmer of hope even in the darkest times. But over the past few years, that sunshine within me had dimmed. My story begins in the quiet suburbs of Boston, where I never imagined that my happy world would one day fall apart. Jake and I met in high school. He was the star of the football team, and I was the shy girl in the debate club. We were an odd pair, but love never follows logic, does it? Jake had the confidence and carefree spirit I lacked. He taught me how to experience the world, and I taught him how to dream. We went to college together, laughed with abandon, and envisioned a bright future. After graduation, we got married. We bought a small house, adopted 2 adorable dogs, and worked hard to build a life together. Jake made a name for himself as a successful real estate agent, and I began teaching at a local school. Our life felt like a fairy tale. But stories don't always unfold the way we want them to. Chapter 2: Cracks. In the beginning, everything was fine. Jake would come home tired from work, I'd make a warm meal, and we'd sit together talking about our day. But gradually, Jake started to change. He began working late hours, disappearing without explanation, and when he was home, he seemed distant and exhausted. I tried to talk to him, but he brushed it off, saying work was just stressful and things would get better soon. I loved him. I trusted him. So I believed him. But deep down, I knew something wasn't right. One day, Jake left his phone at home. When I picked it up to return it to him, a message popped up. It was from an unknown number. It read, "Can't wait to see you again tonight, love." My heart stopped. I deleted the message and gave him the phone, pretending nothing had happened. But after that day, something in me changed. A seed of doubt had been planted, and it was slowly growing into something poisonous. I started watching Jake closely. I caught his lies, looked for signs of betrayal. Every night, my heart broke a little more. Every morning, my hope faded. One evening, while Jake was in the shower, I opened his laptop. I knew it was wrong, but I couldn't stop myself. I checked his emails, and my world shattered. There were hundreds of emails from the same woman, Sarah. He sent her love notes, shared dreams of a future together, while lying to me all along. Tears streamed down my face. I was shaking, my head spinning. It felt like someone had stabbed me in the chest. Jake came out of the bathroom and froze when he saw me with his laptop. The color drained from his face, and he stuttered. "Emily, it's not what it looks like," he said. "Then what is it, Jake?" I yelled. "Are you going to tell me you love me while sleeping with someone else?" Jake stayed silent. And his silence said everything. Chapter 3: The Last Straw. That night, we fought. I screamed at him, cursed him, let out all the anger and pain. He begged for forgiveness. He promised it would never happen again. He said he didn't love Sarah, that it was just a mistake, that I was his everything. I wanted to believe him. I wanted to trust him. But I couldn't. My trust was shattered, my heart wounded, and my spirit exhausted. I asked Jake to leave the house. He did. And I was left alone. The next few weeks were the worst days of my life. I cried endlessly, couldn't eat, couldn't sleep. It felt like I had lost the purpose of my existence. My friends and family were there for me, but they couldn't take away the pain. It was a pain that belonged only to me, and only I could bear it. One day, I sat with my mom and told her everything. I told her how broken I felt, how I didn't think I could go on. She held my hand and said, "Emily, I know this is hard, but you have to be strong. You are brave and wise, and you can get through this. Jake betrayed you, but that doesn't mean you should let him destroy your life. You need to find your happiness, rediscover who you are, and live for yourself." Her words struck something deep within me. I realized she was right. Jake had broken my heart, but I couldn't let him ruin my life. I had to move forward, heal my wounds, and start over. I filed for divorce. Would you like me to help write the next chapter, Chapter 4, A New Dawn? Chapter 4, From Ashes, a Phoenix. The divorce process was long and painful. Jake tried to fight me, but I didn't back down. I knew what I wanted, and I was willing to do whatever it took to get it. Eventually, the divorce was finalized. I gave Jake everything: the house, the car, the money. I didn't want any of it. All I wanted was my freedom. I left Boston and moved to a new city, San Francisco. I had always wanted to go to San Francisco. It was a beautiful city, full of all kinds of people, where something new was always happening. I rented a small apartment and found a new job. I started working for a nonprofit organization that helped the homeless. The work was hard, but fulfilling. I knew I was making a difference in someone's life, and that gave me joy. Slowly, I started to heal. I began spending time with friends, picked up new hobbies, and started chasing my dreams. I began painting again. It had always been a hobby of mine, but I had never taken it seriously. Now, I used it as a way to express my heart. I poured my pain, my joy, and my hopes onto the canvas. I also started practicing yoga. Yoga taught me how to stay calm, connect with my body, and quiet my mind. I learned to love myself. Chapter 5, A New Beginning. One day, I went to an art gallery. I wanted to show my paintings, but I was nervous. The gallery owner was an elderly man named David. He looked at my paintings and smiled. "Your paintings are beautiful," he said. "They hold pain, but also hope. I think people need to see them." David offered to exhibit my work in his gallery. I was overjoyed. People loved my paintings. They connected with my art and asked about my story. I told them everything: about Jake, about the divorce, and about rebuilding my life in San Francisco. People offered me empathy, encouragement, and inspiration. I realized I wasn't alone. So many people had endured pain and gone on to start new lives. One evening, a man walked into the gallery. His name was Mark. Mark was a writer. He saw my paintings and was deeply moved. We started talking, and soon became friends. Mark was thoughtful, funny, and kind. He truly listened to me, and he understood my pain. We fell in love. Mark proposed to me. I said yes. Chapter 6, Full Moon. Mark and I got married on the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. Our friends and family were there with us. It was the happiest day of my life. I felt whole. I had been through pain, betrayal, and loss. But I never gave up. I rebuilt myself, and I found my joy again. I forgave Jake. I knew that he would face the consequences of his actions, and I no longer held any resentment toward him. I had let go of my past and was looking forward to the future. Mark and I lived happily. We traveled the world, embraced new experiences, and kept loving each other deeply. I told my children about Jake. I told them he was their father, and that I would always love them. My children forgave Jake and welcomed him into their lives. We became a family. Chapter 7, Lessons. Life is a journey, full of ups and downs. We experience joy and sorrow, success and failure. But the most important thing is to never give up. Always hold on to hope, and never stop working toward your dreams. Jake betrayed me, but he also made me stronger. He taught me to love myself, and to fight for my own happiness. He taught me that nothing is impossible in life. Moral of the story *. Betrayal is a deep wound, but it is not the end of life. Learn to love yourself, chase your dreams, and never let go of hope. Because after every dark night, there's a new dawn. And after every broken heart, there's a chance to find love again. I hope you liked this story. I've written it with complete honesty and sensitivity. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. My friends, don't forget like and subscribe. Thank you.